Eleets versus Nam. It is the rematch. And we'll just hop right on into it. Players are down on the field. Now these two, as I've said, they've already faced off once. Nam took that first matchup in a 3-1 victory. Eleets wasn't happy with his performance, wasn't happy with his ping playing on his college team's setup. And he wanted to come back for more. He wanted to run it back. And so he's getting his wish here. Starting out, watching from Nam's perspective for a little bit. He goes for the flick. Eleets sends that one out to the back wall. He's in an awkward position. Great 50-50, getting that one past his opponent. Wants to bring that one down under control, but the half flip challenge from Nam comes out a little too soon. He might have the power to put that one on. He will. And Nam opens the scoring. Isn't it a sick car? I really like Nam's car. Eleets chips this one out past his opponent. He's got the corner boost. Trying to take that immediate shot. It was a great attempt there, but Nam was in a good position. Eleets not finding the power that he needed to put it away. And high pop from Eleets, and he actually recovers outside of his net. Absolutely huge for being able to continue staying relevant in this play. Just dives in for the ball. Nam really locking things down. He's going to go for a strong touch there, and that's a bit of a giveaway of possession. He will jump past it. Oh my goodness, Eleets stays on this here at long last. He is finally removed from the play. He should be there. Oh my goodness, Eleets has own goaled that one. I'm sure he was just trying to take this one across his net, but a defensive mistake coming out early on from Eleets. Eleets grabbing that corner boost. Nam knew that he would be looking for it. That's an open net miss from Nam, and we're starting to see early mistakes coming out from both of these players. Eleets, decent control on the 50. He's not able to follow it up with continued possession, though. Just taps the ball backwards a little bit, forces Nam to take his time in the attack. And the tap towards Nam will be just, oh my goodness, just not quite enough. Eleets running out of boost. Just a split second too soon. Nam with a flick, Eleets with a save. Kind of crashes into the post on the landing. That's not going to be ideal. Doesn't conserve any momentum from that situation. Nam somehow finds a bump on Eleets as they fly across the net together. Eleets not able to get that boost, not able to get a touch on the ball, and nearly halfway through the first game, it is already 3-0. Nam is looking very warm. Now Nam has mentioned that he's been on a little bit more of a 1v1 grind. He wanted to get on the level to face against Red Snow. And he certainly looked confident against him in the past. You know, we've debated seeing if we can get Eleets and Red Snow to match up. I think Eleets has not been super confident about that matchup in the past. I would be fascinated to see if he could do some damage in it now. But he's struggling here at the beginning of this series. Make sure to neutralize that ball as best he can. Nam takes this one over to the side. He's going to pop it up. Musty flick attempted. Eleets has the save. What a confident defensive read from Eleets there on his goal line. 50-50 goes straight up. Who's faster to turn? It is Nam. He has had the speed so far this game. Just going to chip this one up, make it nice and awkward. Allow Eleets to pass it back out to him in the midfield and start again. Eleets off the ceiling. He's not going to get back to this one. And Nam taking a creative, somewhat longer distance approach down to the net does work for him. So difficult to read that one. Nam has the little zap dash there. He's not going to be allowed the pinch. And Eleets immediately moving out to the other side, passes the ball to himself. He wants to find a way through. Nam pinches clear, and Eleets is just being absolutely shut down here in game one so far. Dribble infield. Eleets sets up the flick. There's a lot of power on it. Nam sends it across, and it's barred down. Eleets finds a touch, but he can't put it on target. Turns immediately on the ball. Nam has the read again. He's going to wind up and put a strong shot on from the midfield. What a save from Eleets, but he's left himself in a bit of a difficult position here. He's just going to go for the immediate challenge on the ball, try and catch Nam off guard. Nam not willing to be caught. 5-0 as this game ticks down into its closing moments. You know, Eleets is staying relatively even on things like kickoffs, on those 50-50s. There's not a single moment or a single aspect of the game necessarily that it seems like Nam is completely running away with. He's just able to find these outplays. He's able to hold more effective pressure, keep Eleets starved on boost. We're going to have to see a big change between Game 1 and Game 2 if we want Eleets to come back into this series. No physical play coming through there in the corner. The players both giving each other a wide berth. Nam, early reset. He's going to go for the pogo shot. He's still got boost in the tank. Wants the 50. Eleets was so patient in defense there. He's going to take this one out to the sidewall. Jumps up after the ball. Can he find something? Reset attained. He can't put it in, and that's GG. Game 1 goes to Nam. A very dominant showing from Nam there in the first game of the series, completely shutting out his opponent. Gonna need to see a little bit more from Eleets this time around. I'm interested to see what changes he tries to implement going forward here. Nam starting to look very confident, going for that sidewall read there directly off of kickoff. Eleets will take to the air, continues tapping that ball up, nearly finds a little touch on his opponent, but it won't come through. Eleets is around Nam. This should be the opening goal for him. It is indeed. Look at how far he taps this one out to the side as Nam comes in. Eleets playing full lateral there to find the first goal of Game 2. And that's going to be a breath of fresh air for Eleets after being shut out in Game 1. But the bounce is so nice to Nam. You see it bouncing so low down to the ground. There's always a chance that ball can go almost straight up as it bounces off the skirt between the floor and the wall. But it will be Eleets getting first possession off of this one here. He wants to bring it down to the ground. He does seem more comfortable playing from those positions. But just as I say that, it is an aerial touch super low down that finds Eleets his second goal, brings him through. As the car swings up, it just lifts it slightly out of reach of the defender. Cyber Sniper, welcome, welcome. How are you doing, dude? Out to the sidewall we go. Eleets with a big touch. He's able to follow this one up. Wants the 50 with Nam. It doesn't really go his way. Nam's up early. He wants to put this one on target. Not enough power to keep Eleets clear of the net. Eleets whips around on this one, sends it off against the sidewall, and he's got the speed. This should be another goal for him. Indeed, it will. No need for the second touch. The first is enough. 3-1 for Eleets at the end of the first minute. Eleets looking much more comfortable, much more confident than he did in the first game. And you talk about the confidence, there he is. Just waltzes right up to the ball, absolutely unbothered by the presence of his opponent in the corner. Smashes it into the net for a 4-1 lead. Now I'm trying to set up. Little dribble here. The flick is decent. Eleets will send it above the crossbar. Nam shoots for the opposite corner, but just a little bit too much juice on that one. Eleets fails the wave dash. Sends that with power out into the midfield. Nam wants something on it. Will not be allowed. How is the bounce for Eleets? It's not going to likely be immediately scoreable. Doesn't stop him from going for it. Wave dash down to the ground. He gets around the early physical play. Fake jump to keep Nam grounded. Pops this one into the air. Nam takes to the air after him. Eleets guides it oh so gently into the top corner. And man, this is the absolute opposite of Game 1. Man, Nam shutting out Eleets in Game 1, I believe 6-0 this time. It's Eleets with this time it's a 4-goal lead. Nam has been able to score 1, but still such a hefty, such a dominant scoreline between these two. Beautiful outplay coming out of the corner from Nam, but Eleets sure to chase him down, making sure that he doesn't get too far out of the play. Doesn't matter. Eleets diving in for the challenge is read by his opponent. Nam puts another one in and brings that goal lead down to 3. 3 minutes left in the game. Plenty of time for Nam to try and make a comeback here, but Eleets is looking like a new player. He is looking changed. He has turned over a new leaf. Quick dribble. He'll flick this one directly forward. Not a lot of lift on that one, just only concerned with the acceleration. This one's off the sidewall. Should be a rebound opportunity for Nam. Indeed it is. And it looks like there may have been just the slightest bit of hesitation on that challenge from Eleets that let Nam have more space to accelerate that ball forward, to lock his hitbox in behind it. Nam is really looking good with these kickoffs. I said a little bit earlier, it didn't really seem like either player had too crazy an advantage in those moments, but it is Nam looking like an absolute monster right there. Eleets should have an opportunity. The shot's just wide. Doesn't go for the double tap. He doesn't want to risk the overcommitment when the boost steal option is just right there. Eleets would rather hold on to possession. Taps this one around his opponent. Screens him off of being able to collect any corner boost, any midfield boost, and Eleets has got a massive boost advantage here. He should just have the direct shot. It's high, it's past Nam, and the 3-goal lead is back. Very neutral, not very neutral, 50-50, I guess I should say, from the center circle. Neutral in the sense that it doesn't go much of anywhere, but Nam able to make sure that that ball kind of pops out a little more onto his side than in the direction of his opponent. This time, the other way is where we go. Eleets keeping this ball nice and close. He stays on it, does not want to give it away for free. Goes for the demo on Nam. He's still back for the save. Great conservation of momentum there by Eleets. Nam turns in and catches his opponent off guard by going for an immediate shot here. And this is a very bold turn. I guess from his perspective, it didn't. You could see how much space there was between him and Eleets. Fascinating decision there, to say the least. Strong flick from Eleets. He's going to wrap around this one, pick up a couple small pads, deny Nam the corner boost, and it's perfect placement into the top left corner. These players putting on very solid shots here, but you see Nam is still whittling that lead down. Eleets continues to score, but Nam is getting closer and closer. He's going to have to give up on that play. Eleets with another chance to extend that lead back out to 3. Is he going to go for it, or is he just going to try and burn time off the clock here? He's up early, recognizes the threat that Nam always poses from that position. Always able to dive out towards the ball, always able to challenge, make a play. He's going to tap this one up, try and keep it away from Nam, who lobs it back into the blue corner, and it goes for boost on his own. A 2-goal lead. Eleets can absolutely defend these with the 40 seconds he has left, but Nam is going to be trying every single trick in the book to keep that from being the final scoreline of Game 2. Eleets up early, sends it out into the midfield. Nam turns in. He's got this one off the sidewall, up super early for the redirect. It's going to be high. Eleets knows that he has all the time in the world to wait, and Nam's not getting back to that one. That is a 3-goal lead reestablished, 19 seconds left in the game, and Eleets is looking like he has found his formula. A strong kickoff from Eleets. He might just find a fourth. He wants a clip. He wants the control, the possession. He's not going to get it very clean, but manages to deny any immediate counterattack opportunities from Nam, who is looking for his one for the road. Not going to be allowed. It will be Eleets stamping his vote of approval on the Game 2 victory. Tie series. If you watched the series earlier between Nam and Red Snow, this is exactly how that one went. And oh my goodness, the ping spike for Nam. Looks like it's back to a little bit more normal there, maybe just tabbed out. In the series earlier, we saw Nam able to win games 1 and 3, putting on a fantastic performance, but Red Snow locking things down in games 2, 4, and 5 to take the victory at the end of the series. Now I'm trying to make sure that he doesn't let such a thing happen again. He wants to stay absolutely locked in here. He wants another 3-1 victory over Eleets, the same as he was able to hold on to last time. Eleets is looking in his element. He's found the sweaty 1v1 main plays. He's having success with them. Little tap, actually going to fully hold on to that possession here. Absorbs the attempted clear from Nam. He's going to pop it high. Nam up to it once again. Eleets on the ball. Goes for the immediate shot. He's snagged the corner. Can he follow it in? No, not quite this time. Into the air we go. Nam running dangerously low on boost. And Eleets will just remove him completely from the pitch. Out to the side we go, and the shot is good. Eleets placing it perfectly out of reach of his opponent. No need to put it all the way to the corner. Eleets has found his place. He's starting to snowball. He's got so much momentum here on the pitch. Look at the zap dashes from Nam. That is something that multiple opponents have complimented him on. And oh my goodness, Eleets give him another fraction of a second, and he gets back down to that one for the save. Nam quickly responding, keeping this one tied up. Eleets wants to bounce off of his own back corner. Just misses the read, but he does have time to go for the corner boost here. Nam takes to the air. What does he have cooking for us? Eleets wants the squishy. He's not going to get it. 50-50. Eleets finds the bump on Nam. Goes for the immediate shot. Dangerous moment here. Eleets is going to find the midfield boost. Nam up early. Eleets with the dunk. And these two are just not letting each other create anything. Huge fake from Eleets. That's a bold one. Nam responds with a fake of his own. And though he's only got now very little boost in the tank, he is pushing his way forward down the pitch. Eleets faking over and over again to try and find himself enough boost to work with. That's a strong flick, just not quite strong enough to get around the defender. Nam sends this one up the back wall. He doesn't go for it as the ball has bounced away from the wall. Eleets got to get back down to this one. Nam not making direct contact on that ground pinch, and Eleets has the boost. Able to turn on into this one. Half flip to take the ball back into his half. Does the boost spawn for him? Not quite yet. Nam should know that. Does not matter. Nam not granted the opportunity to turn in, I should say, as Eleets gives him a little bit of extra space. An unforced giveaway of possession there by Eleets, but the shot from Nam not strong enough to find its way in. We remain at a tie game. Early flick from Nam gets over Eleets, and this is something that Nam has been doing fantastically well. The early flick to get past Eleets' diving challenge. Eleets does not want to give Nam time to set anything up. Nam responds saying he does not need time to set anything up. He is more than capable of flicking on absolutely zero notice. Eleets another dive-in challenge, trying to make sure that Nam has no options, nowhere to go. Eleets drops the ball down in front of his net. That's the first really big mistake of this third game. Nam is up 3-1. 50-50 kickoff, I should say, going directly in favor of Nam, and that is a kickoff that we have seen exactly before. In the last game, we did see that Nam very good at controlling that kickoff, keeping it relatively neutral, but making it fall more in front of his card than in front of his opponents. But look at Eleets, able to juggle Nam off of that ball. Big pinch comes out. Eleets going to have to chase this one down, steals all the boost en route, but he's got to make sure that he's not giving Nam any opportunity to sneak in for a shot, sneak in for a possession. Nam commits to the shadow. Eleets, big flick. This one bounces. It's shootable for Eleets. Eleets gives it the direction. Nam gives it the power. And that's a 2-goal lead now only for Nam. Eleets cutting into the scoreline. trying to bring it back closer. And man, this game has felt short in my opinion. We apparently only have a minute and a half left. Eleets, what a save off of his own crossbar, and he'll have another one to follow it up. Does he have the boost? He grabs that small pad. Nam forced to give the ball over to Eleets, but Eleets has missed the midfield. Fakes coming out from Eleets. Force Nam to give up possession of the ball. Can he take the immediate shot here? Opts not to go for it. Would rather have the angle from midfield. Dangerous hook shot threatened, and he gets it. The combination hook and cut there places it behind the opponent as they dive across the net, and we're back within one. Final minute on the doorstep. Big bumps coming through on Nam. Nam really not able to find a way out of that one. Eleets might just be able to beat him into the midfield boost. It won't be close enough, but he does find a bump on Nam. He's got to be the first one to this ball. He is. Nam takes this one back to the midfield. It's a decent setup for Eleets. He will be jumping for it, but the setup was just not quite what he was looking for. Nam, the ball bounces so far off the wall, he just has to retreat to his half. He still has the 1-goal lead, but Eleets is looking scarier and scarier. 30 seconds left on the clock. Nam needs to score an extra goal for insurance. He may well be able to burn down that clock with just the 1-goal lead, but you know he would be much more comfortable if he had something to rest on, and he will not. Eleets finds a way out of his own corner. Nam just landing in the wrong spot there. Momentum taking him away from the ball. Eleets escapes, and he might have the last opportunity of regulation. Nam turns in. He's up immediately, sends it to the corner. Eleets will indeed have the last opportunity of regulation. Nam wanting to turn in, continues to fake. Eleets gets the high flick. And will he keep this one up? He will not. He taps it, realizes that Nam is directly on his tail, and leaves that ball be. Nam diving out for the corner boost. He and Eleets both swooping in towards each other. This one goes into the midfield. Nam, quicker recovery to the ground. Eleets takes a recovery angle a bit more towards his net. What kind of boost totals is he working with? Not a whole lot, but it's enough to find the 50 past his opponent. Nam is going to get that corner boost. He's past Eleets, but he's also past the ball, who is able, Eleets now able to take said ball, take said possession. This time Nam knows better than to challenge. Eleets putting himself in a very scary position there. A lot of possible plays being threatened. He taps this one down. He might have a way through, and Eleets has taken game 3. We've got the immediate leave, the immediate car change for Nam. Beautifully done. Eleets tying it back up in the final seconds to win in overtime in game 3. And, you know, that's not the first time that that has happened today. Nam tied the game up in the final seconds to win game 3 in overtime in his previous match. This time it is Eleets who's gotten himself onto match point early. Will it be enough? Can he take down Nam? Nam, the first player to defeat Eleets. I believe the only player to defeat Eleets so far in the Fight Night circuit. Eleets wants to run it back, wants to clean up that score. We are ready to hop into the 4th game of this series, folks. Car change from Nam. What are we going to see here? Looks like he's got the Bluster Bar Fennec. This is the one that he started out the series with earlier today in his previous series. I do believe that's a big miss by Eleets. He's going to be working on very limited boost, 20 plus a pad or 2, but the 50-50 is just the absolute pinnacle of efficiency, and the early flick, he's got the read on his opponent. He doesn't need a lot of boost. All he needs is the read. Nam cuts in with one fake. Eleets reads that the first isn't real, the second one is. Beautifully done. Nam really trying to get those kickoffs working in his favor. Elite's going to try and chase this ball down. It won't be allowed. Nam takes to the air. He's got that early reset. This is a beautiful setup, and he'll make it good. Oh, my goodness. Nam with the tying goal. Musty flick. Flip reset, musty flick from near ceiling height is absolutely disgusting from Nam. I don't care who you are as a defender. That is a hard shot to save when you get the setup as cleanly as Nam did in that particular moment. Early flick. Eleets not going for the ball. He's going to send this one off. Early shot from Nam. Eleets chips it out into the midfield. Could have the immediate shot, but he'll send it into the corner instead. Didn't quite have the lineup to find the power and placement that he would have needed for a shot on net from that position. Eleets trying to clear off of his backboard. It's a huge miss. And Nam whips around on the spot. He'll take that one. Eleets, as soon as he misses this one, he knows that he's not getting back to it. Just decides to collect some boost on the other end of the pitch. This one quickly falling near Eleets' net. Nam fakes so close to the ball. These players are so willing to commit so heavily to their fakes. Look at Nam. Does he have the second? No, he was so close to it, about half of a car length away from the ball there, from finding absolute majesty on that shot. Out to the sidewall we go. Eleets trying to find something, trying to find a physical play, an opportunity to cut in effectively. He's not going to get the wave dash there. Decides to go for the corner boost at the last second. Stays relevant on the play. The recovery's decent. He's got his own corner. And this one through the back wall. Avoids being deleted by Nam once and twice. He might have the immediate shot here. Nam's able to force him off of it. Eleet's not working on a lot of boost, but he wants this goal. Look at the placement. Eleet's shooting has been on point tonight. He's been slotting top corners over and over. It has done so much work for him. Eleets gets this one out to the sidewall, and to the side of the center circle, and this time it's him that is controlling that kickoff perfectly. It's almost a dead ball, rolls a little bit sideways, a little bit forward, and into the perfect shooting position, remaining in front of Eleet's car. That's something that we saw Nam have a lot of success with earlier on in this series, and I believe that is the first time we've seen Eleets be able to pull that off. Early reset, another musty flick attempted, and this one will actually go just below Eleets. It looks like he was expecting a little bit more juice, maybe a little bit more power on this one. He committed too hard across the net, and we're back to that tie game, just under 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Eleets is on match point. He just needs this game. You know that Nam really does not want to let this one go in 4. This has to go to 5. Eleets, musty flick, back wall, double will be denied. Nam says no to the redirect, and Eleets gets away. No demo coming through on that one. And that's a difficult one. Eleets looking for that tight turn into the flick. He's got it to the far post, and he's got it around his opponent. 4-3 at halftime. Eleets versus Nam, living the rematch, living up exactly to all the hype that we hoped it could generate. Eleets little wave dash there. He wants to pop over his opponent. Both players getting a little scrappy there in front of the orange net. Eleets pops this one. Little wave dash faking multiple times. He'll really delay the shot. That one's not going to go on target. Bounces off the post. 50-50 will ricochet out into the midfield. And off we go to the sidewall once again. Nam looking for the aerial opportunity. He's got a decent reset. Ground pinch, not going to find its way between the posts. And Eleets once again has possession of this ball. This time he fakes the musty, but the strong first touch lets it get away from him. Nam not able to control it, maybe not expecting such a strong first touch to come out from Eleets there. Nam just trying to buy himself some space, and it looks like he's done a great job with it. Low 50s good. Should be able to whip around this one. He will indeed, and that's back to a tie. Nam has been able to catch Eleets out with some of these aggressive challenges. This has been a consistent theme where a lot of Nam's scoring has been able to come from. Failed wave dash from Eleets, but he still does get that midfield boost, and he's going to get a goal off of the demo. runs forward, catches Nam, unaware of the danger he's left himself in. You see how close Eleets is to Nam already there. And with Nam flipping, once you're flipping, you cannot change your momentum any further in the air. Great fake by Eleets, and it's just the instant shot. It's past the defender, up by 2. Minute 20 left on the clock. Nam has to be completely locking in here. He cannot let any nerves, cannot let any tilt get into his head. That's a decent kickoff for him. The flick is strong, but Eleets will send it on its way. Out to the sidewall we go. Eleets takes possession immediately. He's playing a little bit more aggressively now, and it's working in his favor, but that miss will certainly not. 1 goal lead for Eleets with just over a minute left on the clock. This is Nam's series life on the line. If Eleets is able to lock this one down, he takes the rematch in 4. The first time these two faced off, the result was a Nam victory in 4 games, 3-1. Oh my goodness, what on earth is this from Eleets? That is brutal. That's certainly a tilting goal. I kind of want to see what happened here from the defender's perspective. Yeah, just a very laggy flip reset, slows down the ball. Eleets getting fortunate enough to bump Nam in the net, and maybe that's exactly what Nam was going for, but Nam counters with a great little fake kickoff. He's got so much space to play with, but Eleets just has had the read on those musty flicks. For the most part, early flick from Eleets sends that one into the net. It's a 3-goal lead, 33 seconds left. Nam still is not out of this, but he needs to lock in. He needs to choose his opportunities to absolute perfection. There is no other way through with how well Eleets is playing. Nam, the delayed kickoff sends the ball into a decent position, but with him bumped so far away, it's going to be yet another Eleets possession. He takes this one up, looking for the air dribble. Bumps Nam into the net, and that one will fall in. That might just be the dagger. 4 goals with 20 seconds is such a tall order, even for a player the caliber of Nam. When you're playing against the likes of Eleets, the consistency, especially when he's on the form that he is displaying tonight. Nam goes for the fake, and that is going to be GG's. Eleets has taken it back in the rematch. Both of these players have beaten each other in 4. They have not yet gone to 5, and that is it, folks. Eleets is your winner tonight.